Hi, Dr. Pelto here. I had a patient ask me the other day, and I just wanted to do a little deep dive on how are orthotics fabricated, meaning how do you make orthotics or custom orthotics? Because custom orthotics are different than the ones we give over the counter. And many patients that come in and ask me, hey, doc, do I really need the custom ones? What are the difference between the custom and the over the counter? Now, I am a big advocate of over the counter. My patients like them. They do well for a lot of patients. And my favorite one currently, might change in the future, is Walk Hero. I'll put a little link here where you can kind of have a link to Amazon to find it. That's my favorite one. It's about 20 bucks. It works really well. Talking first a couple of things about non-custom. So non-custom orthotics, they might last you 3 months. They should be more rigid and they're not specifically made for your foot. So they might help some conditions, but they don't work great if you have kind of a custom, if you have like a normal type of a foot. So I am going to show you the process, and I'm going to actually use this process from where I get my orthotics, which is forward motion. So what happens is that when a patient comes in, we have this 3D scanner, and I will scan the bottom of the foot. And it's really cool because it does a 3D impression. And I think in the future, and we actually already exist where we can print them in our office, but we don't do that. We make little modifications. We put where they have high pressure points. And from that, they make a impression. So they can either use the scanning, or people used to send either plaster casts, which is an example right here of a plaster cast, or they do foam boxes. We choose not to do those unless you have a really flat foot. If you have a very flat foot, sometimes I'll still do a plaster impression. And then from that, they're going to add it to the computer database, and they'll make like a negative impression of them, meaning they make this negative of it. So what the foot likes, and then they can form the orthotic on top of it. So this is the example of the shell that they're making, this shell, and this is based on the 3D scan that we made. And then from the shell, what they make is they put the orthotic on top of it. They actually form the orthotic on top of that shell. And that's how it's made specific to your foot, okay, based on this. And then they add any modifications, such as the type of top cover, any types of pads. This is an example of a metatarsal pad. And then in the covering, they add it any like leather padding. So what you're going to have in an orthotic is you're going to have the bottom cover, which might just be to protect it from squeaking. You're going to have heel post, and that might be canted in a direction. You're going to have that shell that they make. Then you're going to have any paddings. Then they're going to be some other type of padding, so it's not really rigid. And then you're going to have a top cover so it lasts longer. And then they kind of cut it to shape. And this is how they do the finishing of the orthotics, and then they check for quality. So, and then they ship them out to us. We usually say with our orthotics, they take about 3 to 4 weeks to make. And we kind of guarantee that they're going to be comfortable. I can't guarantee they're going to make every single problem better, but I think you would like that. So that's the difference, and that's kind of how you make orthotics. Okay. If you guys found this beneficial, please let me know. Put a little like sign on it here. So like the video, subscribe to the video if you're not subscribed, and then please put any comments or questions you have underneath. Okay, thanks.